chests, boxes, and signs, photos. Ooh, hopefully we get to the cats today too. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna get started. And let's see, the first thing we're starting with is the cape. So here we go. I'm cutting up a template for the cape and the hood. I like to sew sometimes in my spare time, so this hood template looks mighty familiar. I made a cape for my daughter a few years ago. She really wanted a pink cape, so capes are always fun for me. Green, but I kind of wish this was a black cape. In the process of thinking about building my own custom book now. Definitely something witchy, something fun, with some like, some Halloween elements, some witchy elements. don't think I'll need this template again, but just in case, I'll put it off to the side. I didn't see more than one cape in here. Stick the rest of this someplace. Well, I don't want to put it in with the fuzz. That would be kind of silly. Them and sewing right sides together. So the side that you want showing the outside. If you have a separate piece like this, then you have to put it together, sew it. In this case, glue it. You want to put the two exterior sides together, which means right sides together or correct sides together. Just a little sewing lesson there. Okay, another question is what kind of glue? You're still dry. Okay. Need to remember to bring a safety pin over here to clear these when they dry. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Now we're going to glue top of the hood together. Back. Oh, don't you roll off on me, Mr. Toothpick. Normally for sewing you would take an iron and iron the seam, but this is not one of those projects, so. Right. Flare it out a little bit. Now we're going to take the cape, do a little bit of folding. Gotta do freeware music on here for your listening pleasure, but I always have Cape. There we go. And let's see. Crust on here. There we go. Okay. Done messing with it. All right. Next, we're going to make the staff, which is what this toothpick is for. So let's see. 5 millimeters. So that's 4.5. All right, let's cut off the tip of this. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, if there's one thing I like to do, it's make cute things. It's witchy, cute little witchy things. So here we're going to take this part. Use my little piece of silicone so everything doesn't roll all over the place. Get my little gold caps. There we go. All right. Then, as you know me, a little extra reinforcement. Got to put some glue in there. Yes, I love these little mini capes. They're so cute. I don't have any little mini dolls for this book nook, but I know they're adorable. I love making little bitty things. It's one of my favorites. It's making miniatures. Like all these little miniature elements in this book nook is just so cool. Like probably one of my favorites on here is this little table for the book nook, and it's got a candle. Let's see if it'll focus. Come on. It's got a book, a candle, a little sky ring globe. Pretty cool. There's so many cool elements in this little book nook. All right, so now we're going to put together this staff. Throw some glue in there. Thank you. I know this is like the ultimate hobby of mine. I absolutely love is making these little nooks. Trying to figure out how to make one from scratch just with me and not the kit. Kind of a mix of witchy stuff, Disney villains. Just kind of a dark yet inspiring environment. Let's see. How many book nooks do I have put together already? Or how many tiny elements for this one? How many book nooks? Oh, well, so far, my book nooks, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 16 book nooks assembled, and let's see, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 that are just waiting to be assembled after this one's done. So I'm super, super excited to get this done so I can start working on the next one. And I have 4 more that are of a spooky element. And then I have a couple of like a detective agency one and a library. It's just all sorts of really cool, well-rounded different themes. But I think one of the coolest parts about book nooks is when you look inside of them, it almost like takes you into that world. So like with my magic pharmacy one, it's like you're looking into an old school apothecary shop or something. It's just so cool. And like this Luna house, it's gonna look like you're taking a tour around a witch's house. It's so fun. This cap end is not being fun though. Oh yeah, it's super cool. Yeah. And if you like, another cool little thing that I've done are these little bitty candy adventure nooks. Like, it's actually just in a tin. When you open it up, all of these are like little bitty elements. This took me about 4 days. These even wired up with lights. It's really cool. But these are really cute, especially for kiddos' bedrooms. Yes, they sure do pull you in. Absolutely. It's one of my favorite parts about it. It's a nice way to kind of step away from the norm of the day and just relax. This is super relaxing for me, and I love sharing it with everybody here on Twitch. Hopefully I can give you a little bit of relaxation too by watching it. Everybody needs a way to chill. Yes, miniature houses. I've never really put together a miniature house, but I love all the tiny elements to it. But yeah, there's just something about book nooks because it's just, I think maybe because they're enclosed, it just, I don't know, it just gives you the feeling of falling into a different time. Like when you're looking into it, it's just, you're there. And it's just so fun to look into. And when you have it wired up for lights and like this one actually has a music box. So it's really cool. You can wind it up and listen to the witchy theme music and just enjoy taking in all the fun of it. But that's cool. What kind of miniature houses? Are they like little doll houses, or are they specific themes that you do? Yeah, I think if I were to do a miniature house, it would definitely be like a darker theme. Oh, kind of like Adam's Family or something. Just something real gothic. It's my favorite look and feel. Yeah, do you do miniature houses here on Twitch, or is it just something that you like to do just for fun, like a hobby? Or do you like to share your assembly with everybody on here? Oh, the Chinese style ones. That's cool. Yeah, like I always think of cherry blossoms when I think of Japanese style. But yeah, that must be really relaxing to work on. Just a hobby. Well, that's awesome, awesome. I'm glad you stopped by to check mine out. It's pretty fun. I really like that. I really enjoy having other crafters stop by to check out the stuff here. There we go. We got the staff. All right. One staff completed. Wish my camera would focus a little better. All right, we got the staff. Now we're moving on to smoke burner. The actual cherry blossoms are not relaxing. Always a pain to glue them to the base. So worth it. Oh, I'll bet. Yeah, all those tiny little branches and oh, the blossoms. Yeah, I just mean like the color and the overall feel of a cherry blossom. It's just very like I guess the right word would be zen. Just whew, you can just imagine the sweet smell and soft pink petals and or leaves actually, not really petals, but yeah. All right, split this one. They have their charm. Oh yeah, they do. Definitely. Definitely. I'm trying to think of the most aggravating part of a book nook I've built. Let me see here. I know it has something to do with it needing to stand up on its own while it's set, but the glue just wasn't working fast enough. I want to say it was some kind of staircase, maybe? I'm pretty sure it was. Here's like a little miniature jar nook, I guess you can call it. But this one kind of gave me a bit of a pain because the parts are so tiny that when I went to put it all together, some of the paper elements like the everything is paper. So like the cash register, the signage, the little boxes, the suitcase, just about everything in here is paper except for like the jars and stuff. So I think the most aggravating part about book nooks is just when it comes to the paper elements, if you don't get it right the first or second time, they become a soggy mess, and it becomes really frustrating because you want them to look really good. And when it messes up like that, it's like, and you can't like print another one out because it comes with the template. So you either have to improvise or just go with it. I mean, even though it's tiny, I still want it to look perfect. So it's hard for me to put something in that's not 100%, on point. So if it's a soggy piece of paper where like the writing or the image or something is all blurred, I can't do it. There were times I've actually taken the instructions, like these nooks come with detailed instructions. There are times I would actually like cut out the little example of the piece of paper and use that instead just because I did not want to put something ugly in there because I messed up on it. Actually works pretty well because the instructions are almost to size with what you're making. So that makes it really cool. It's kind of like a backup plan. glue a ball of plasticky string. Oh no, I'll bet. You have the same problem as me where like it becomes globs of glue and then they just get all stuck together and it's just a sticky, hard mess. Oh. Yeah, I can imagine how frustrating that was. Ugh. Have you ever put together like a miniature bonsai tree or anything? Right. Okay, now we're doing the broom. Put together quite a few trees, but no bonsais. Very cool. I don't think I don't think trees would be my friend either. Like with these elements so far, I just use like these little fuzzy green and purple things that are made to look like herbs. Let's see. Like these right here. You just make them into like little herb boxes, but you don't actually have to form them into anything. I'm not sure how I would do with that actually. I don't know if I'd be any good at it. That's the fun part about hobbies though. Stretch outside your comfort zone and prove to yourself that you can actually do a lot more than you thought you could. I surprise myself every time with these because there's always an element I've never done before, and I'm always shocked when it actually comes out good. I'm like, oh my gosh, I did it! One of your favorite types. Oh, very cool. Yeah. Let's do this broom here. And in my fashion, a little bit of glue. I swear, silicone glue is literally the best because it doesn't cake up on your hands. It doesn't leave like flakes. It just kind of disappears. It's like a little soft gel almost, and then it's gone. But it's super, super strong. I love finding new elements. Yes, like Christmas. It's so exciting. Yes, 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 absolutely. Then when you put it all together and you look at it, you're just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I can't believe it came out so well. It's addictive though. And that's why I kind of want to like design my own book nook because just to make something specifically you, that would just be so fun. I've been trying to find villains book nooks, but I have not been able to find Disney villains nooks because Disney is so hardcore about their trademarks and everything. Unless Disney decides to come out with one, I don't think it's gonna come to fruition. So I can do a villains themed book nook, but I'd actually have to assemble and make all the furniture. My last kid had a mini candle holder with wire and beads. I put it together. Oh yeah, I'll bet. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, the wire and beads. Those are fun to work with. That's mainly what these book nooks are comprised of. Is a lot of wire and bead work. Like the staff, it's bead with wrapped. Whoop, it's like a bead on top, and it's wrapped wire all the way around it. So definitely, and these nooks for sure. Sounds entertaining. Good luck. Yes, thank you. I'll need all the luck I can get with those. Oh, I'm not afraid of power tools though, so if I need to get one of those little bench, I forgot what they're called, but They're like bandsaws, but they're miniature ones for like intricate work. We probably definitely need one of those to cut out all the furniture and all the elements of it. But I always go a step further with my book nooks. I'll actually take markers and paint and like the details. Oh, for instance, like this right here, the table, how the outside, you can just like see the wood color on it. What I'd like to do is like take one of those glitter markers or something and I actually put a little bit of detail on it just to make it a little bit more just a little bit more interesting than just a standard bleh wood table. So it takes a while, but each of those elements that I've made so far for this house, I'm going to go back and individually add detail to them just to make it super unique. Yes, very useful. Yes, absolutely. All right. To take some twine. Oop. Yeah, I've always been very artistic. I have an art room in my house, and so I'll paint large canvases. I'll do wire art. It's kind of like bending jewelry wire into shapes and making like portraits and images with just the wire. And then what else do I do? Oh, I sculpt. I like using air dry clay and sculpting lots of things and jewelry art. Off the top of my head, I think that's all I can think of that I do. I'm kind of just a mixed media artist, so to speak. Are there any other types of crafts or things that you like to do outside of your miniature houses? Like another passion of yours? Yes, fellow creatives. That's why I love Twitch because I get to talk to other creative people and sometimes you get some really good ideas and you can share tips and you can learn all about a medium that you never even thought that you'd really like. And then you see somebody else doing it on here and you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta do that. Absolutely. I get along with creatives way more than I get along with any other type of person. No offense to, regular people. Like, okay, regular people. That may not be the way to say it, but you know what I mean. All right. Let's get you on here. Oh, nope, you gotta come up higher. Gotta fix you now. I decided to break the broom staff or broom handle. There we go. Maybe get a little bit more twine because that's just not full enough for me. There we go. Right, now it's time to switch to this glue. Are you currently working on any kind of any miniature houses or anything right now? crochet, draw, and hit, make lace. My cherry theme. I love that, art goblin. I love that phrase. It's so cool, or that term. Yeah, that sounds so. That's so well rounded, though. Christmas. Oh, that's very awesome. Yeah. Now, ships in a bottle. Whew, you are braver than I am. I think, isn't there some kind of trick where. Isn't there some kind of trick where you don't actually, like, stick tools into the hole of the bottle? Like, I don't even know how that works. I've always been kind of perplexed at how you assemble it like that inside. Do you do it inside of the bottle? Yeah, I could do that. Yes, exactly. Yes. Oh, and that's what started my book nooks. Was I saw this really cool magic pharmacy one, but I'd never made a book nook before. But there was just something about it. I was like, you know what? I've got to give that a try. I've never done it, but I could so do that. I wanted that really cool. Oh no, it's way too much. I just really wanted that environment, like that whole theme. I just had to have it in the house here. So I grit my teeth and I bought it, and I was like, all right, let's do this. And instant new passion came to fruition. Now I can't get enough of constructing these book nooks. Okay, now where did you split? Right there. All right. So you sit, and then I will finish. Oop, get over here. I'll finish this up. Tend to see things online. Yeah. Where is this split? Okay. That split didn't work all that well. Need my silicone glue. It's got Twitch. Stream the process of making when you put the ship. Holy cow! Strings and magnets? I never would have known that. Whoa, okay, I definitely have to find that here on Twitch and watch that assembly. That's intriguing. Strings and magnets. Yeah, that would take a lot of patience. I'm patient, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sure if I could be that patient. Be quite the challenge, that's for sure. Yeah, thanks for telling me that, though. You solved a mystery for me. I never knew how those were constructed. It's awesome. All right, our witch broom. Oh, goodness. The bottle will come later. Accolades for actually getting started on it. That's awesome. no matter how long it takes, you know, as long as you're enjoying the process, if you need to step away for a while, heck yeah. Maybe these will work better. There we go. All right, we got one broom. Sweet. All right, next element for this. We're going to the boxes. 3 C7s. We're getting into the thick ones. Usually these little pop outs are really, really thin. Now we're starting to get into the thick ones. Woohoo! Which means I have to take a little extra caution when popping them out, because they tend to be a little pesky and they like to snap on me. Yeah, they are kind of a pain. Sometimes, yeah, like some of these are super little. Like these here in particular, oh my gosh. It's a challenge. Like you can see the split right here. Sometimes you have to fix them even before you start assembling them. It's crazy. But I get to look forward to all of these fun little bitty ones. Oh my gosh. Not looking forward to it, especially these right here. It's just slow and sure. Just this really thin wood, I have to just pop it out just real slow. Otherwise, I'll have a snapped mess, and I would not like my book nook to look all fragmented. That would be such a letdown. I'm not really much of a perfectionist, but I really want it to look really good, really, really good. I don't think art and hobbies are for perfectionists because there's always iniquities and little hiccups that come along, and you just have to roll with it. Improvisation is one of the attributes that make a really good artist and hobbyist. You just got to improvise and go with the flow. If something doesn't go right or you think of something really cool to add to it, it'll never be perfect. It'll be uniquely yours. That's what I like to say. No. There we go. Plastic miniatures tend to have tiny parts that like to snap. Yes. That's why tongs, these little tweezers and tongs, are my best friend, because when they get really annoying, I'll just take them and push the corner, or even just take the end sometimes and just push the corner real light and use my finger on the other side as kind of counter hold it. And then that way you can pop them without causing any damage, especially with these little guys. I'm definitely going to be using my most narrowest ones and then just slowly popping this out. Ah, Bob Ross, yeah. No mistakes, just happy accidents. Exactly. I mean, you really can't have mistakes in art and creative expression because sure, there's an instruction book, you know, assembly instructions, but it's just a guide. It just shows you how to put the main elements together. That's why, you know, like I'm going to be doing extra little flares with markers and some accessorizing. Maybe take some of the little nail charms I use and put those in there for decor. I mean, all kinds of stuff. But one day I'm gonna run out of wall space. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do. I mean, I don't know if maybe like doing a giveaway on here or selling them or something. I don't know, but I just love making them so much. But I top to bottom, ceiling to floor, shelves of book nooks. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that creepy old lady. Like when I'm 70 or something. My house is full of dusty elements and I can't clean them so it looks gross and musty. I really don't want to be like that. My best friend is a set of different craft knife blades. The amount of times they saved. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like my X-Acto knife. Oh, man, that is a lifesaver for me. I actually went out and got a really good one with a grip that's real heavy, so I can be really precise with my cuts and everything. And then another way of improvisation, for applying glue, for my silicone glue, I use toothpicks. And I'll just take it and just put them in the small areas. And got this little bitty bottle for the wood glue, which makes things super precise. Just all kinds of little things like that just make the whole process, I don't know if you want to say easier, but just more enjoyable. Much more enjoyable. So you don't end up on the hoarder show. Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh. Actually, the funny story about hoarders. For a while, my preteen daughter was not keeping her bedroom clean. And I was like, you don't want to end up a hoarder. She's like, what's that? And I subjected her to viewing a few episodes of Hoarders. And ever since then, her room has always been clean. I don't know if I don't know if it's the best parenting method, but it sure worked. Oh my gosh. Sometimes you have to use fear tactics with your kids. Oh man. Let's put this there. Yes, exactly. It worked, so no complaints on my end. Definitely. Yeah, just showing worst case scenarios sometimes is the best way to kind of open your kiddos' eyes to reality. And it's easy to forget they haven't seen everything you've seen as being an adult. And yeah, sometimes it's hard to relate or empathize because it's been so long since you've been back at that age. But we can only do the best we can, so just go from there. Let's see here. We're going to be doing I-47 for that big one. 47. Ah, there it is. But yeah, awesome. I wish you the best with all your fun projects and with your builds and everything. I know how much fun and stress relieving it can be to just kick back and put something together. Absolutely love it. Plus, it's an excuse to go out and get all these cool little things like precision scissors and little bottles and different types of glue. It makes it really fun because your little work table becomes like this professional assembly line. And I think it's really cool. Gonna need that. Right. Yeah, you'll get around to them definitely. Like I have on the other side of my table here, I have a stack that's what I'd say 2.5, almost 3 feet high of boxes of book nooks and jar nooks that are just waiting in line for assembly. Don't really look at them with dread. I look at them with, oh my goodness, this is gonna be so cool when it's done. But a moment of curiosity turned into a new and fun hobby and new passion. So you never know where ideas and inspiration are going to hit you. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, buying the specific tools, yes. I'm not much of like a hardcore shopper. I don't like really going to the store all the time. Like, oh, I love to shop and do all this. But when it's for something specific, it's really exciting for me because I know what it's going to be used for. And I can just kind of visualize, oh, this is going to use it for this and this. Like I have all these different kinds of glue and they're all for different uses. And I don't know, it just gives you a good feeling to kind of assemble the perfect workstation. For the precision files. It's for the miniatures. Oh. Yeah, like what was it? I use bead reamers for putting holes in certain things on these too. I could only imagine their faces though. Oh boy. Alright, let this sit for a few. Right. Ooh, make sure it's straight. But if you could only choose one hobby to do, which one would be your absolute favorite? And I'm asking that's probably an impossible answer. Just really curious. I know it's mean. I'm sorry. Oh. I know in all truth that there's not just one favorite, but it's always fun to find out, like the very first one that always comes to mind when you think of favorite. Crochet or miniatures? Yes. Absolutely. The miniatures is something I cannot walk away from now that I've started. There's no going back for me. teach crochet? Oh, very cool. I've only tried to crochet once, and the counting is what always got me. Was trying to keep track of like which way, which loop for which number. If I remember right, that was my difficulty with it. It's been a while since I tried that. And I didn't even know that there were different numbers or different sizes and everything of those crochet hooks. When I went to go get like my very first set of yarn and the hooks, I was just like, oh my gosh, which one am I supposed to get? I had no idea. But yeah, that's really cool that you teach crochet. I'm glad that's still out there as something that others want to learn, because nowadays with all the technology, sometimes you wonder if doing plain old good things with your hands is going out of style. I hope it never does. I hope not. That's a big fear of mine, is that this type of creativity starts to wane. I hope that never happens. Yes, the math aspect, exactly. I cross stitch. I like to cross stitch. Yeah, I might give crochet another shot sometime, but I don't know. That's one of the ones that I did get frustrated with. It's just like, oh my gosh, why? I don't even think I got more than, what, 3 rows in? And they were not very pretty rows. Not at all. If you want to crochet, you have to ask yourself if you can count. And you need to be ready for the answer to be no. Oh, yeah. It seems to be just as simple as counting, but it's keeping all that organized in your mind as you're doing it. And I think that's the part about learning a new skill, because you're trying to learn how to do the technique, but at the same time, you're trying to learn all of the elements and methods. And then as you finally get one part down, you forget the other part. And that's the perseverance that needs to come through, is, okay, you just need to keep practicing, get that muscle memory, get that down. Definitely. Because I used to get really frustrated with my wire art, but I was so anxious to see what it looked like, the final product, that I couldn't stop. I had to throw out, I think it was 4 different attempts at my first one, but after that, they started coming together, and you're just so proud when you see everything coming together. Such a great feeling. Okay, now we're going to put this paper chest together. Now this is what I was talking about with the paper. Once I throw the glue on here, it might start giving me trouble. So I'm trying to pre-fold everything in hopes that it will that it will stay together nicely when I glue it. Hopefully, hopefully. Compensate the added stitches in new rows. Oh, okay, so the beginning first rows are the most difficult, and had I just continued trying to get through the first few rows, it just would have become a lot more easier. Paper glue combo. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I am about to delve into the paper glue combo as we speak, and not looking forward to it. So I'm trying to pre-crease these as much as I can, so they just kind of fall into place when I get the glue on here. Oop. Okay, here we go. Hopefully. Okay. So we'll start. This needs to go against this one, right? Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah, definitely. Once you have it down, the counting, yeah, the counting can dissipate and you just start enjoying the rhythm. I can see how that would be really fun and relaxing. Definitely. Okay, come on. Here we go. Okay. Hold for a second. There we go. Make sure it's straight and level. We're going to put the top on. Hold that for a second. Oh no, I don't think it's bias. Not at all. Because once you become really good at something, you just develop a certain type of flow with it. I'm sure everybody who crochets probably feels the same way, or they have their own way of doing it. I don't know. Is there different ways that you can crochet, or is it all basically the same thing? Like I know with cross stitching, you can do different types of stitching and everything. With crochet, can you do? Is it just the same loop all the time? Oh, time for I gotcha. Don't start with this. Come on. I don't want a saggy piece of paper. Have to hold it for a second. Right, perfect. First miniature box without any soggy paper. Awesome. 6 more to go. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for explaining that. I was always curious about that. I wonder, is there a particularly good type of yarn that holds up better to washing than just like the standard yarn? Like if you were to make like a shawl or a blanket or something. I know that you're not supposed to. I know that there's certain care instructions you have to follow for washing those, but are there different types of yarn? Oh, absolutely. I love asking questions. Thank you. Sometimes my questions can be a little bizarre, but my brain can sometimes go to bizarre places, so that's just me. Ah, paper. Oh, okay. So they basically all wash alike then. Okay. Okay. Well, thanks for answering that. That alleviates another curiosity of mine. I'm learning a lot about crocheting. I didn't even think I would today. This is really cool. I'm trying to think if there's any other questions I could think of about that. Yes, absolutely. Questions are where ideas are created. If you don't ask the questions, you can never come up with creative solutions. That's why I love that line, question everything. Okay, here we go again. Okay, let's do the glue part here. Question everything and do all the crazy craft ideas. Exactly. Exactly, absolutely. Okay. Work with me. Okay. There we go. All right. So far, it's not giving me too much of a hassle, so these boxes may come out awfully beautiful today. It's a good day. I know, they're so cute. It's another reason I really like getting into these nooks. I love tiny things. I couldn't tell you what got me into tiny things, but I just love them. There we go. Oop. Boxes are least favorite. Yes, they're my least favorite too. They're usually the ones that turn into a soggy paper mess, and that's just so frustrating, but I've learned the slower I go with them, the better they turn out. Just, boxes take a lot of patience. At least for me, they take a lot of patience. I could construct a whole book nook happily and enjoyably. These boxes are probably one of the biggest stressors for me. There we go. Because you have to hold all the corners and sides together simultaneously while it sets, and like that. If you're not careful, it can concave. It may come out. One of the notches may come out. Slow and steady. Yes, tiny is absolutely cute. Maybe it all starts with the fact that I'm really short. And I just invariably am drawn to little things. It's always silly when people are like, oh my gosh, you have such small hands. It's like my 12-year-old daughter, her hands are almost a little bit bigger than mine already. But it makes for easy miniature assembly, that's for sure. I don't have big old sausage fingers that get in the way or anything. Glue boxes, no less soggy, but keeping them even. Yes, keeping them even is really, that's where the challenge lies. Like this one side keeps wanting to go in on me. There we go. I found some of the best glue is this Barely Art Precision Craft glue. It only takes a couple of minutes to set. It dries clear, and it actually comes with 3 or 4 different precision tips. But I like to put it in like these little bottles. Again, small hands. But this stuff is really, really good. I really love it. Yes. Oop. Totally love it. Totally. There we go. Box number 1 and 2 complete. On to number 3. That is something about book nooks, though. The more you assemble them, the more you start noticing that the parts and the little parts that are in the book nooks, a lot of the pieces and the assembly is relatively similar to each one. They just kind of make it a different design overall, but assembly gets way easier with each one that you do because each kit has this familiarity to it. So the more you do, the funner it gets because the easier it gets. I have one glue that dries in seconds. It's strong and clear. Oh yeah, definitely like the silicone glue. I love it so much. And like that bear miniature that I showed you, that carnival miniature, it comes with it and it comes from China. And I wouldn't even be able to tell you how to go about getting more of this because, you know, I looked up cute room and which is written in English on here, but I haven't the faintest clue. Learn new tricks and create muscle memory. Exactly. Exactly. Muscle memory is super. I have that one too, but I'm talking about a different one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the frustrating glue brand for me. That one. And all I can look up is like alcohol based silicone glue, but it's kind of a hit and miss, but I haven't found anything comparable to this stuff. It came in a clear bottle with no label. Oh no! Yeah, kind of like this one that came in one of my book nooks. It's just a clear container, and this isn't even a product number. It's just part of the kit. It's just the number that came with the book nook kit. So I can relate to that 100%. It's frustrating. And I think that's why trying and experimenting with so many different types of glues is really important because if we were to rely on the glue that comes with the kits and we need it after we don't have any more, oh, it'd be just pull my hair out. No. You need to check that. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I hope you had more luck than I did because that was just always a miss with me. And I'm usually pretty good at researching. And I did learn, because a lot of my book nooks come from China, and I learned that they can't ship particular types of glue based on what they're comprised of. So there are some kits that I get that don't even have the glue in them. So that's kind of a frustrating one because each kit, you know, it comes with a specific type of glue because it works best for the material that's in the kit. So that's when I whip out the super glue, this glue, this glue. Whip out this super glue pen, and it's just like, okay, now all of these. This one for this part, this one for this part. And, oh my goodness. It's an adventure. A frustrating adventure, but still an adventure nonetheless. Ugh, I can't see any shards of white paper on these. That's why I got these precision scissors. The cuts have to be as exact as I can make them. Because the little white corners just give it away and takes away the illusion of the reality of it. Not, well, I wouldn't say reality, but the realism of it, I guess. And if you overfold or if you mess with the paper too much before you glue, then you weaken the fibers in the paper, and then it just, here comes the soggy paper. Such a challenge, but it's so fun. Yes, that's that. Yeah, the slippery, glossy paper. Yes, absolutely. That's where these beautiful, beautiful tongs come into place. That's the only thing that keeps me sane when I'm working with those. Because some of them are grippy, and it allows me to hold one side while I'm trying to manipulate the other side. It's not bent enough. Right, you go in there. Pre-assembly. It's a must for me before I start gluing. Okay. That's how it's supposed to look. Now, let's do it. This part isn't. There we go. Make sure it's even. There we go. Okay. That should work better. All right. Oh, did you? Yeah, that is the best silicone glue I've ever used. Philippines. Oh, wow. That sounds like something I do. Oh, goodness. Yeah, if I read Chinese, then again, I could probably take a picture and find some kind of translator app where it would just translate what's written there. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I'll find the manufacturer that way. Yeah. Ah, your comment elicited an idea in me. Thank you. Oh, not quite out of the woods yet here with this one. Put upside down so it sets. Yes, very, very true. It is kind of curious why it's so difficult to find when it's such a good glue. But maybe over there that's considered the not the best glue. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's like a store brand for us. I don't know. Right. Exactly. Silicone glue contains government secrets, therefore we must not reveal its place of origin. Actually, it sounds ridiculous, but it actually sounds like it couldn't be too far fetched either. Oh my goodness. Oh. If that's not the best glue they have, I'm jealous. Right. Oh, agreed 100%. All the different types of glues here. Oh my goodness. I still don't typically have a favorite glue here. That barely art glue is pretty good. I like that. The only instant glue, like the instant bonding glue, is super glue, and I don't like it because every time I use it with my miniatures, I end up sticking my fingers together. So I have to keep a bottle of nail polish remover and Q-tips here so I can keep unsticking my fingers. And even if I use Q-tips, it's still the same thing. And then the odor from it just gives me a headache. So if I could find some kind of instant bond glue that doesn't do that, then I would be so happy. But just about every glue that I have that I've heard of takes a few minutes to bond. One of us should cut it open to expose the secret. Except I think they said you shouldn't really touch. Well, if they said I shouldn't touch it, I'm in trouble because that stuff is always all over my hands, all over my fingertips. I have survived the storm so far. No illnesses. I think it'll be okay. Maybe they don't want you touching it because you will discover the secrets. This consists of something slimy yet silky. It evaporates quickly. I shall dissect it in my lab and discover what ingredients make it so specific and distinctive from the other glues. If we ever find that out, I think we would be in trouble by the Chinese. We'd have to run! We have the glue secrets! Oh no, you're perfectly fine. You're perfectly fine. Yeah. Just use your favorite glue sparingly, especially if you can't figure out how to get more. Oh my goodness. Only thing I can think to do is the kit that it came in. Look up that particular kit and then maybe keyword glue, brand of glue in this particular kit. I don't know if that would give you any good results, but it's worth a shot. I'm sure you've probably already done that though, given the fact that both of us like to research that way. And we're talking about it. Well, it's a good thing I'm not a very popular nor viral channel, so I highly doubt more than a few people will even see this. So I think we're safe in terms of the government. The only threat we've made is we would buy them out if we could figure out what glue it is. I guess they just don't like money either. I don't know. The Where's Waldo of glues. Well, I hope you find it, because it's always so wonderful to have exactly what you enjoy using for your projects. I'm sure eventually it'll turn up like this orange bottle here I have. They can't keep it from us forever. Right. Glue is just exactly. I mean, I could understand if it was like a type of like material, or a fine jewel, or some type of precious metal or something, but glue? a synthetic material made of simplistic things like water and binders, and they just won't help us out. I'm almost insulted now. Now that I think about it. How dare they tempt us with the bottle that comes with the kit that we purchased, and they don't even give us an opportunity to get more. Ah, but it's the best marketing trick, though. Think about that. They're not going to let you buy the glue individually, but you buy another kit, and the glue comes with it. Oh, crafty, crafty. You know, I would not put it past them. That didn't even occur to me until just now. Oh, what do you think? What do you bet that's probably what it is? A glitter shortage? You said you're in the UK? Holy cow, I don't think if there was one here, I don't remember it. I remember our chaotic US when the flippin' COVID happened and everybody ran to the toilet paper. I would swear we were the laughing stock of the world when that happened. Oh. Right? I don't know. I still wouldn't put it past the government, but yeah. Oh, goodness. Oh, boy. There we go. Maybe not. Oh, you're going to be like that. Okay, okay. Put some here, put some there. Poland. Glitter shortage was big topics. People thought the military were involved and got mad that their toddlers couldn't do crafts. Huh. Interesting. I never heard about that one. I didn't read about that. Here in the US, they're trying to quote unquote ban glitter because of it causing an environmental issue in our sewers and how all the little plastic particles could interfere with the environment. I mean, I swear our country is so just bizarre when it comes to clean green. They just their methods and their ideals are just ridiculous. See a good example. Electric cars, for example. They say it's going to save the environment from the greenhouse gases and the emissions. But electric cars run off of batteries, and batteries need to be charged, and you use electricity to charge them. So you're kind of defeating the purpose there. So, yeah, the glitter shortage, that we didn't have one. It was a big topic. Oh, yeah. Banning glitter is kind of a yes. Right? Actually, there's some tree huggers around here that actually were saying that. Like, take paper and just cut it into little pieces and use colored paper. It's like, oh my gosh, you guys, it's just glitter. We want to ban helium balloons because when you throw them up in the air, they land in our agricultural fields and it hurts our cows. No, it doesn't. I live in a rural area, believe me. The balloon lands on a fence in a pasture and the cows don't even care that it exists. So, just, oh. A person is awesome, people are dangerous. That's what I always say. When you have people gathered up in numbers with some crazy ideal, it can get out of control real fast. Well, wind turbines, we have them all over the place here in the US, and ugh, they look so awful. I mean, they look awful, they sound awful. I can understand why it would disturb livestock, and unfortunately, I don't actually see livestock around wind turbines because they buy the land and they turn them into wind farms. So as far as your eye can see, when you're driving on the interstate or on the highway and you go past a wind farm, you see perfectly manicured green all over the place. You know, you see it's not even a field anymore. Well, it's a field of grass, unfortunately, and it's just a bunch of turbines, and half of them aren't even working. Some of them are missing a propeller. They break down all the time. People here have lost their lives getting trapped on top of a turbine from an electrical issue that caused a fire, and they didn't have a way out, and it's really sad. It was all over the internet, but there was a photo of them holding and hugging each other as the smoke came closer when they were standing on the edge of the turbine. It was just. I'm not a fan of wind turbines. I think they're ugly, I think they're loud, and they don't produce enough consistent power to make them worth it. At least out here. I mean, I'm in Oklahoma, which is an extremely windy state, and I can attest that half the time, less than half of those turbines are even turning. It's just, yeah. Go back to the days of simplicity, please. There's plenty of power in the grids. We don't need to keep doing this. Nuclear power is actually the best power to use if watched, monitored, and operated properly. I don't know. That's my opinion. We're going to be put nowhere near the cows. Oh. I would not subject a cow to a wind turbine. Oh my goodness. That whoosh, whoosh, whoosh all the time. I think any cow would declare insanity after 5 minutes. I know I would. Be like, move me, please. The cows will resist fight. Right? I, Bessie, and I, Bobby, the head leaders of the cows and the herd, hereby attest that we will not stand for wind turbines in our fields. Think of the children and the calves. Milk production would wane, our babies would starve, life would cease to exist, and then it would be Armageddon. And all because of a spinny turbine to heat and light your houses. Now I ask you, is it worth it for the cows? Oh, I'm a little overboard here. Oh my goodness. It's fun though. It's fun to be silly. Just got a visual of the cows standing up on their back hooves. Fight for your life! No turbines! Oh my gosh. Start with this side. It smells ridiculous. In terms of cows, I don't think about the people or anything. Oh boy, are cows like a big deal in Poland? I guess to the government they are. Is that like, is dairy like a really big resource in your country? And out here it's the big oil. I don't think so, but it looks like some people disagree. Ah. Well, if the lack of turbines is blamed on the cows, that's just probably the government's way of saying, don't want it. We're just going to find something that people will empathize and sympathize over and use that as the cause so we can get them on our sides. It's the way they usually work. Fear and manipulation. No, you stay glued there. There we go. We're going to set you down to dry properly. There we go. 5, we have 2 more to go. I'll manipulate the cows out of be terrified of non-existent. I don't know. Cows can be they can be pretty intimidating. Like my husband worked in the oil field for a very long time, driving right next to and sometimes through cattle fields to get to the pump jacks and to the tanks, and he said sometimes he swore that the cows were forming a plot to destroy him because they would be in like kind of almost like this grouped line when he went through, and he'd pass over the cattle guard and they would just stare him down. He's like, cows are scary when they're together. I just love them because they're just so curious. They hang out doing their own thing and they come check it out when something's going on. But yes, if the cows would ever come to revolt and they were able to stand up on on their hind legs and attack, I would run the other way. Because you never know what cows are capable of. But I wonder, can cows be easily manipulated? Great project. Oh. Great project if I could get this white shard. There we go. Just excited to get these boxes done so I can move on to the next part, because I am so close to having all the little bits of furniture and details finished and assembled to where I can start building the actual base and the walls and everything. I'm so excited about that. This particular um, this particular one was a gift from my husband, so I'm really excited to see how it comes out. Oh, thank you. Yes, super, super cute. I've got all these parts built and ready to go when it's time. So, super, super excited to put all of these together. Got little rocking chairs, a stove, my little potion bottles, even a little bathtub. So cute. One of my favorites is the piano, and it's wired with lights. I put the wiring in there, so there'll be little lights all over the place inside that home, inside the house. Little witch hat on the chest with the book. Yes, I'm super excited. Because, what is it? It's been 8 days. 8 days to assemble all of that and all of this so far. So, seeing all the hard work pay off when you get to put it all together. That's the most satisfying part, is the final assembly. Everything starts coming together. It's just like, whoa, this looks so good. You're so proud of yourself for all the work. Yes, lights. And I still have, oh my goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still have 7 other elements that are going to be wired in with lights. So I haven't even got to that part in the book yet, but we shall see. If I remember right, all of the kits that I have are all wired for, they all come with the wiring for lights. Very first time I did the wiring, it was so frustrating because I just I'm not electrically inclined, I guess. My husband is, but not me, so it was very frustrating to learn how to do all that. But now that I have it down, it's super fun. Yes, they are absolutely super hard. Actually, let's see. Well, I will go back and recant the answer to my question about what's the most irritating, the most challenging thing about nooks. It would be the lighting, to come and think about it, because let's see, this one took the least amount of time because I had wired so many other ones by this point. The piano was simple, but the hardest one, where are you at? Ah. Hardest one has to have been this lantern right here. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. This lantern right here was the most ridiculous because with the wiring, yeah, just like you were saying about sticking, the wiring it just was not cooperating, and then trying to keep it inside of this bead and gluing it and holding it. Oh my gosh, it kept slipping out and falling out, and I almost gave up on it. I don't give up, but I almost gave up. Then if I would have given up, I would have been like, oh my goodness, now there's no light right there and there was supposed to be. What was I thinking? Remorse would inevitably follow. There we go. This side is never completely folded right. Okay, maybe that will help. All right, let's try that. Seriously straight creases. Okay, well, thanks so much for visiting my channel. I had a lot of fun talking with you, and hopefully I'll see you on here again. You have a wonderful evening. All right, one more box to go. All right, paper boxes are done. Now we're going to move on to assembling these wooden ones. And I think after finishing this page here, which are these boxes, I'm gonna call it good for today. If you've been hanging with me though, super awesome. Thank you so much. I absolutely love having visitors to my channel. Never be shy. I always have something clever and witty to say. I love talking about anything. Come on. What are you stuck on? There we go. Okay. Well, today we got the cape. We have the cape made, the staff, the broom, smoke spreader, I forgot what they call it, and then 7 boxes and 2 large boxes. Pretty good progress for today. I got an entire page of instructions done, so awesome, awesome. Let's see here. Let me see what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Tomorrow it looks like signboard, the cats, and some more books. Possibly we'll get to a lamp. All right, once we finish the signboard, the cats, the book, and the lamp, we get to start, or I get to start assembling the frame of the house. So that is awesome. We are almost there, guys. All the little pieces are almost completely assembled. One more day, and it will be time to start erecting the building that all these cool little things are going to be in. Now, I think before I start putting the frame together, I'm going to go ahead and take my markers and paint pens and do some detail work to all these small pieces of furniture and whatnot, just to give it an even nicer, more realistic flair. Yeah, just to give it a much nicer, realistic flair, definitely. Because I really want this to look absolutely beautiful. So even just something as simple as like this this little bit of wood trim that doesn't match the face of the piano here, just make that a little bit more vibrant somehow with a little touch of color or a little darker hue. Same thing with the tables, same story. But the mailbox, definitely do something with that. I've got to do something fun with that. So, and the bookshelf. Yeah, so more creative aspects were going to be done tomorrow. We're going to do the signage, the cats, the books, and the lamp. And I may or may not be able to get to the painting or the extras that I'm going to do on this stuff, but we will see how far I get. So let's go ahead and add the ones that we did today. Let's see our little boxes. We'll put, let's put that here. Gonna need that sign for tomorrow. Good thing I checked. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put the boxes in there. Put the cape just by itself. It's not gonna get, it's not at risk. Put the broom in there. You know what? Let's get the broom out of there. Let's put the broom in that one. Put all of our little boxes in there. Oop. Smoke spread can just hang out on its own. Or no, I'll put it in there. The rest of those. Cool looking staff. I really like that. Isn't that fun? I thought so. Very cool. Staff's a little heavier, so we'll put that in with the boxes here. All right. So, day 8 is complete. I look forward to starting day 9 with everybody. And until then, take care. Have a great evening or afternoon, morning, wherever you may be in this great big white world. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow. And thanks for checking out my channel and hanging out with me. It was super fun. Bye-bye for now.